Hello, my name is Chris and today I would like to talk to you about quitting smoking as a New Year's resolution. A whole new year, a whole new decade is upon us and so many people are setting New Year's resolutions. So many people are saying, you know what, 2020 is the year that I finally quit smoking. If you are one of them, then I absolutely applaud you and I am absolutely rooting for you every step of the way. I cannot promise you that quitting smoking will be easy, but I can absolutely guarantee you that it will be worth it. For me, quitting smoking was hands down the best thing that I have ever done. I've done some pretty cool stuff, but nothing compares to the kind of freedom and health and happiness that I gained when I finally stopped smoking. I love being a non-smoker so much that I've spent the past 3 years making videos like this one to help other people enjoy the same kind of freedom and health and happiness that I now enjoy. I've shared a lot of things that I have learned along my journey, and I've really, we've been diving deep into the quit smoking process to figure out the best way to really break free from that addiction and enjoy long-term happiness. One of the biggest lessons that I learned was that mindset plays such an important part in a successful quit. I'm not going to tell you, oh, quitting smoking is all in your head, because it isn't, right? Okay, when we quit, our body goes through this big healing and transformative process, and it does take a physical toll. So let's not pretend it doesn't. But if we have the right mindset, we can get through those physical changes. We can get through the worst that the quit process has to throw at us and come out on the other side. One of the most fundamental parts of cultivating that mindset is having the right motivation for a quit. I find that when we say we're going to quit smoking because we feel as though we should, because other people say that we should, we tend to be less successful than when we're like, do you know what, I really want this. Desperately deep down, I no longer want to pollute and poison and choke myself. I want that freedom. I want that health. I remember doing this myself years ago. New Year came and I was like, okay, I know quitting smoking is bad for me, so everybody else is setting a New Year's resolution. I'll set mine to quit smoking. But it wasn't enough motivation for me. I was just doing it because it felt like something I should do rather than something I really wanted to do. And I don't know about you, but I find it way harder to get motivated to do the things that I should do than the things that I want to do. Case in point, today I was so looking forward to making this video. I got up and made my notes, I got everything ready, and I've been so motivated to come and sit here and do this video because I love doing this. I wanted to do this. After this, I should go to my day job and earn money to keep a roof over my head. I should do that, but I'm far less motivated to do it than I am to do this that I'm really excited about. So it's about cultivating that, getting in the right frame of mind. Way back in 1990, I was like 6 years old. Researchers in Seattle, Washington did this big research thing, and they found that people were more likely to have a successful long-term quit if their reasons for quitting smoking were intrinsic rather than extrinsic. That is to say, if Their reasons for quitting smoking were because their partner wanted them to, or their children wanted them to, or their doctor wanted them to. They were far less likely to succeed in that quit than if the reasons why they were quitting is because they themselves deep down wanted to quit. Now, that doesn't mean that just because you are only quitting smoking because you feel like you should, doesn't mean that you can't find that motivation and you can't, get really excited about quitting smoking. I did a video ages ago now about cultivating sufficient motivation to get through a successful quit, about getting really excited about what is on the other side of this process. I will put a link to it up in the little card at the top of the video and down in the description below, so that if you want to, you can go and dive into that motivation for yourself. One other very important point that I want to make about quitting smoking as a New Year's resolution is about the last cigarette, and about making a big deal out of that last cigarette, which is very tempting to do on New Year's Eve. Right, we've been smoking and smoking and smoking, and then say it gets to 10 to 5 to midnight, and we go, okay, this is the last cigarette I'll ever smoke. This is it. After this, I am done. And we make a really big deal out of it. It's like this grand ceremonial gesture of, this is my farewell to cigarettes. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this, but she asked, should I do that? Should I have like a farewell? Should I say goodbye to cigarettes? And I said, look, I can't make that decision for you because we're all adults, you will decide what is right for you, but I wouldn't recommend making a big deal out of the last cigarette, because I think when we do this big ceremonial gesture, it can actually do us more harm than good and end up sabotaging our quit further down the line. There are two reasons for this. One is that when we are having this all-important last cigarette, we are focusing on the fact that it is the last one. We will never have one of these ever again. We are done. And whether that is at the forefront of our thoughts, or whether it is just in the subconscious mind, we are telling ourselves, well, because this is the last one, I am giving something up. I am sacrificing something. I am going to be depriving myself of these things. And it's harder to stay motivated when we feel like we're being deprived of something. Right, it's far easier to stay motivated when we feel like we are gaining something. We are gaining our health back, our freedom, our happiness, more money in our pockets. Those are the things that we gained when we quit smoking, along with like a million other awesome benefits. But when we're focusing on the last cigarette, we are focusing on what we are losing out of. We're telling ourselves, I'm going to lose out on this thing, rather than, focusing on what I have to gain. The other thing as well is that if we build this thing into like this all-important occasion, and we tell ourselves that we're going, from now on, we will be depriving ourselves of cigarettes, we're going to try at some level to enjoy the moment, to savor it, like, this is the last time I'll ever get to do this, rather than, this is the last time I ever have to pollute myself, this is the last time I have to choke myself. We instead get in the mindset of, this is the last time I'll ever get to have a cigarette. And then that creates a positive memory for us. Right? We may not be doing it deliberately, but somewhere we're thinking, this is a positive experience. Later down the line, we face a challenge, we face that temptation to go and pick up a cigarette and relapse. When the last memory that we have of smoking is a positive one, then we're more likely to go, hang on, that was good, so I'm going to do it again. So if I could recommend anything, it would be to not do that. One instance where I may recommend doing it is if you go back and either watch the video or do the audio recording that you can get on my website of a technique called reprogramming our associations, which changes the way we think about cigarettes and turns them from being a positive thing to being really quite a disgusting, awful, terrible thing. Then we have the last cigarette, and if we've used this technique properly, it just makes cigarettes taste disgusting and we're done with them. Again, I put a link to that in the cards and down in the description below. If this is your first attempt at quitting smoking, or if this is your first attempt, or if this is your first time finding my videos, then there are a few things that I just want to let you know about that are available to help you. As I say, I've been making these videos for the past 3 years now, and we have dissected this quit smoking thing from every conceivable angle. I've shared so much information about dealing with withdrawal symptoms, with cravings, with side effects, with the benefits, with every possible thing you can imagine to do with quitting smoking. I've probably got a video about it, and if I haven't, I will do in 2020. So you can look through my channel and you'll find all, loads of videos to help you with your journey. Also, we have our amazing support group, Finding Freedom. It is on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/findingfreedom1. The link is in the description below, and we have this wonderful community of people at all stages of their quit journey, supporting each other and rooting for one another to get through to the other side and get through to their freedom. Finally, I wrote a book. It is called Quit Smoking and Be Happy, and it is just about that. It's about finding freedom from this addiction. You can get it in ebook format and now in print format. I'm so excited to say that. It is available on Amazon and Google Play. If you go to chrisscoyles.com/book, all the links are there to take you to your country's page where you can buy that book. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have found something in this video to be helpful to you, or just giving you something to think about. I would like to wish you a very wonderful, a very happy, peaceful and prosperous new year. I will see you in 2020. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.